with the Gemini machine and Threader's die range. The 10 double-sided A4 sheets are ideal for applique as they keep small pieces of fabric stuck down. To stock up, check out at www.hochanda.com.
Good evening, hello, welcome along to the One Day Special. Lovely Fiona's with us. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Doing well.
Good to
yeah,
see you.
Absolutely.
I'm really rather taken with these, and I know you have been as well. We had a really busy launch show at 6 o'clock from Crafter's Companion. These are incredible stamps which have got verses that are not run-of-the-mill. They're unusual and lovely.
The idea was we wanted to put together a group of inspirational stamps that not only you could use on your cards, but you could use on your tags, you could use on your journals, you could use with other artwork that you have at home, you could use for your home decor project. So we've come up with this collection of 18 fantastic sentiments. So you have got all sorts here. You have got ones which are really heartfelt, you've got ones which make you stop and think, you've got some beautiful collection. Would you like to have a look at the boards?
Absolutely,
and
why not?
I will show you the kind of ones you're getting. Now, the two things to remember, these are acrylic stamps and they're big. This is not blown up. This is the size that you are getting.
So that could be inside your card, or equally it could be the main focal point on the front.
Definitely. I mean, you've got your be your own kind of beautiful. That's a lovely one. When I count my blessings, I count you twice. But I also like this. Forget yesterday, live for today. Tomorrow will take care of itself.
I love that one.
Yeah.
The best view comes after the hardest climb. Isn't that the truth?
They're fantastic, aren't they? So you can see you're getting a whole collection. You are also getting all of these as well. So you're getting the happiness often sneaks in the door that you didn't know, you didn't think was open. Love that. If plan A didn't work, the alphabet has 25 other letters.
Stay cool.
Yes.
Things turn out best for the people who make the best out of the way things turn out.
Isn't it fabulous?
Yeah.
I mean, they really are great. And I like this one. Wake up with a smile and tell yourself, today is my day. You know, these are great. They're really affirmative.
Now,
and I think they're fantastic.
I do too. And you're going to get 18 of these fantastic verses.
Oh, well done, Fiona.
Whoops. 18 verses in the One Day Special. Now, on the bottom of the screen, you'll see the stamps on their own. Now, on their own, they are $49.82 plus your P&P, and 40% of the entire day stock has gone since the launch of this at 6 o'clock, OK? 40% of the entire stock gone of the stamps on their own. But with the One Day Special, we're not giving you just the stamps, you're also going to get the pens.
Yes.
Now, these Spectrum Aqua pens have got a £32 saving on them. Normally, they're $12.99 per pack of 6. They are $4.99 per pack if you go for the One Day Special, and you're going to get 4 packs of 6.
Yeah, and these are great. So if you've already got the original 12 packs, these colours will not replicate any of the colours that you have in there. But look at the colours you're getting. You're getting the bright, so you're getting your flame red. This is how they go on completely out of the pen. This is how you draw the colour out. This is that fine tip, which is fantastic for adding detail. You are also getting the botanicals. Love the green, the fern colour and the verdant green in there. Absolutely gorgeous. You are also getting these gorgeous earth colours. Look at that sage and bramble.
Stunning, isn't it?
Beautiful, beautiful colours. You are also getting, now look at these. Those greens are just amazing, aren't they? I would be using those the whole time and often do. Do you know what? It's a fantastic way. If you haven't tried the aqua pens yet, this is an amazing way of getting them to play with.
They're my favourite. They're my mum's favourite as well. There's no odour to these whatsoever. They blend beautifully, whether you're putting them on your craft mat and then taking the colour off with a brush, whether you're putting them directly onto what you're colouring is entirely up to you. Now, the One Day Special, approaching a third of the entire day stock went in the 6 o'clock launch show this evening. So very, very popular. If you've been trying to go for the Spectrum Aquas for a little while, this has got to be the most cost-effective way of doing it. And you'll have all these verses, of course, included, which you'll always reach for, you'll always have. They'll always be appropriate for someone, for some occasion. And then you've got, of course, those pens only for $4.99 a set, rather than $12.99 a set, which is what they should be. So you're saving £32 by going for the One Day Special today. That's on top of the saving that you already get getting by going for the stamps. And they are £49.82 if you want them on their own, or remember, that's without Flexi, and that's a £13 saving. But if you go for the one-day special, you can pay over 2 interest-free Flexi buy payments. £34.89 is all you pay today, which is only, what, £9? No, less than that. £9.98 more than if you're going to be going for the one-day special on its own. And, of course, the stamps on their own. But going for the one-day special, you can have Flexi buy £34.89 today and £34.89 in 4 weeks' time. But you've got those pens at a crazy value for money price. We'll show you more finished samples in a second, but this is a little video we put together that shows you some other great arts that you can use these for. I think you'll agree, absolutely beautiful. To have those verses and those sayings, there's always one that's appropriate, always one. OK, now, another thing that we don't think we're going to have much stock of throughout the day tomorrow, if any at all, we're, I think, limited stock on these already from the launch show. We've got these fantastic Sheena Douglas fantastic stencils that you can see here. And Fiona, you've actually hand-selected these, haven't you?
When I saw the sentiments that we had, I said, I really want something that we can use to make some fabulous backgrounds. So I've chosen leaves. You've got a barbed wire one there, which is actually really subtle. You've got the leaves with the graph paper, the journal paper, which is really useful as well. And then you've got the dissolving planets, and they all add fantastic, fantastic texture to your backgrounds, which when you're working with stamps, that may be all you need, because you want the sentiment to stand out.
Sure. Now, these are 8x8 stencils. They're gorgeous quality. I can just show you one that's just out in front of me here. We are limited stock on these. They are ridiculously affordable. What you spend is what you save. So you're getting 4 of them for £11.98. That's what they should be for 2. I think that's a great price, actually, £5.99 each. But you get all 4 for £11.98, but we have literally less than 10% of the stock remaining. They're not going to last very long at all. So you've got the Creative Flower slightly barbed, you've got the leaf of graph paper, you've got the Take Your Leaf, and you've also got Dissolving Planets as well. £11.98, you save £11.98, but you've got to put them in your basket and check out right now, live at 8:05, because they're not going to be here in later shows, that's for sure.
Definitely not. So what I'm using is I'm using my aqua pens. Now this is one of the colours that you're getting. This is the hot pink, which is a fabulous colour. And you can see you've got the brush nib on one end, and then on the other end you've got this super fine point, which is great. So the best way to store them, of course, as any other double-ended pen, is to store them flat, and they're water based. So that means they're going to you can use them to create your own colours. Now, how I'm using them is in a slightly different way. So what I've done is I have, in fact, let me get another piece of cut and dry foam. I haven't got a bit, that bit will do. What you do, this is glycerin. This is a huge bottle of glycerin that I've had for eons.
Now, you've heard us talk about glycerin quite a bit. If you need to get some, you can get it from the chemist, can't
Yes,
you?
that's exactly where I got mine. And I mean, they'll last you for ages. And it's an awful lot more cost effective than buying the stuff that you make cakes with. And then what you do with that tiny bit of glycerin is just work it into your pad.
What does glycerin do then?
All it does is delay the drying time. So that's the glycerin in there, and then you're going to pick up the colour which I scribbled on the mat, this hot pink, and you can see all I'm doing. So I'm turning that into my ink pad. Now I'm going to grab this wonderful stencil whilst I've still got the opportunity. And what we're going to do is we're going to stencil through using this. So what I'm going to do is just pick this up and stencil in. Now,
So,
it may look like there's not a lot happening, but trust me, there really is.
So delaying the drying of the ink means it's going to blend a lot longer, for a lot longer.
Yes, and it means you can use them. You might not want to use the brush nib direct to your paper through a stencil, but it means you can use the stencil. I mean, of course, if you've got your Harmony ink pads and you want to use those, by all means, that's going to work fantastically well. But let's say you're still waiting for them, or maybe you haven't got them. You know, maybe they weren't in your budget when we launched, and you're waiting until they come back again. That's fine. But this is another way of getting that same effect, and all I'm doing is pushing this ink
I just
through
think
the stencil.
water-based pens are so versatile. You can use them in so many ways. Directly onto the page from the nib, the bullet nib or the brush nib, straight onto a glass mat or a craft mat, and then you can use a brush to blend it, water it down to make it lighter. So you're in control of them.
You really are. So all I've done now is I've just popped a piece of that Prussian blue on, which of course over the pink is going to go a lovely purple colour, just to highlight round the edges. I'm not going to do the whole thing. But the idea, do you know, I've had a fantastic inky week, because it started out with, I had a show, because Sheena's not been well, so I had a show of Sheena's, so I had to play with inks then. And I think that's been fantastic, because then I've been able to carry on playing with my inks now.
Is she getting better, Sheena?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Now look. Can
Oh,
you see
wow.
how that is working? Look at that.
And that is one of the stencils out of the kit, which is the leaf of graph paper. So that's that one there, which you're going to get in the set of 4. Stencils are on the bottom of the screen, but they are going very fast. Only a handful left at $11.98 for 4. Half the price they should be. That's the one that Fiona's just used. I love that barbed wire one.
Isn't it fantastic?
Love
and it works so well. It really does. Because you can make it, depending on the colours you use, that can look really gentle, and it can just add a wee bit of interest in the back.
But also it could look really dramatic as well if you did it in like texture paste and then made it metallic. It could look very dramatic,
fantastic.
couldn't it? Quite Halloween-y maybe as well.
Now, the other thing you can do with these... Oh, now, look at the size. Just by the way, look at the size of that stamp. It's huge. It is at least 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. And I'm going to use that while you're looking at that. I'm going to stretch and get my rocker block, because I forgot to get it.
What does that one actually say?
This one says, happiness
often sneaks in a door you didn't think was open. Ah.
It's a nice phrase, isn't
it? I like
it? Really nice phrase.
They're all great phrases.
And the other thing you can do with your aqua pens, let me just line this up. That's more or less. I have actually got one which is stamped out, but I thought I'd show you something while I've got the chance.
That's what they say about love, isn't it? If you look for love, you're less likely to find it. When you're not looking for it, that's when it normally kind of comes up and bites you.
Yeah, definitely. That's true, I think.
I think it's true too.
Absolutely. So, here we go. I'm going to... So all I've done is I've just coloured straight over these, and I'm just going to use that to stamp with.
Congratulations if you've got these stencils in your basket. Could I please ask you to check out... I know it sounds daft... Technically sold out. If any bounce back into stock because someone doesn't check out, I'll let you know, but the last one's gone into your basket, so please check out. That confirms you've got the last one.
So look, so that's using them to stamp with as well.
So you wouldn't think you'd be able to do that with pens, but you can.
They've always been a hero product, and if you ever read anything where I say, you know, which are the products that I would take to a desert island, my aqua pens are absolutely one of them.
Think of it as
fantastic.
Think of it as a watercolour palette in a pen. Yes. Just think of the pen as the delivery system for watercolour inks, really, at the end of the day.
So, what we're going to do, and in fact, I'm going to use this one. I had prepared one before, but I've decided I'd like this one as well. So, just to make a very quick... Oh, sorry, Dave, I didn't mean to kick you.
I'm used to it.
I was counterbalancing as I stretched, so I didn't go flying. That's what it was. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it anyway tonight. So
people normally kick me to shut me up.
Do
so,
they?
Yeah.
Not rude. Yeah. How rude. Right, there we go. So
usually at the dinner table.
That makes a background, which I think looks fab. And then I've done another piece, which is just going to sit on the front there. So it's just a different way of using them and using the centres. And it means that it's got a bit of interest, which means that that sentiment is going to stand out. And I'm going to pop the sentiment right on here, just there.
Love it.
So that...
Do you love to have sentiments on the front of cards normally, or are you a bit of both, inside and outside?
Both.
Right.
Yeah, and I would probably use two. You know, I would use two of these. I'd use one on the inside and one on the outside as well, because I think they're great, and there would be certain ones that I would want to use. So it might be happiness often sneaks in when you do not think it was open, and I might use a True Friends one as well, which is there.
I mean, a lot of these I can see going to maybe someone that's having a bit of a rough time.
Yeah.
Like live, love, laugh. Live life your way. Wake up, smile, and tell yourself today's my day. It's all kind of positivity, and you know, can make a difference the way someone feels about themselves. You've got to dance like there's nobody watching, love like you'll never be hurt, sing like there's nobody listening, and live like it's heaven on earth.
I mean, they're
Right.
fantastic, aren't
Yeah.
they? They really are. And you can turn a simple card into something really very special.
Believe in yourself, and you will be unstoppable.
Yes.
Yes.
We need
Results.
that.
Absolutely.
We need to stamp it out and put it on our mirrors so it's the first thing we see in the morning.
Now, not only do we love the aqua pens, you do as well, because so many of you have given us 5-star reviews on the website. Fantastic pens, so versatile, many ways to use the pens in so many projects. Thank you for that review. Vibrant colours, covered excellent. Need more colours, please? Well, that's what we're doing today. We're giving you more colours in the range if you go for the one-day special, which is giving you 18 fantastic sentiment stamps from Crafter's Companion. Not only are the verses lovely, but also the fonts are gorgeous as well, which is important, because obviously it's important for it to be decorative and beautiful to look at. Go where your dreams take you. Happiness often sneaks in a door that you didn't think was open. We just used that one. If plan A didn't work, the alphabet has 25 more letters. Stay cool. Things turn out best for the people who make the best out of the way things turn out. Makes you think, that one, but it's true. Love with your heart, believe with your mind, create with your soul. Be your own kind of beautiful. Feathers appear when angels are near. When I count my blessings, I count you twice. Lovely, lovely verses. And that is the one-day special today. You're getting 18 of the verses together. Now, you can buy them on their own if you want to, where you save about £13 off the price, which lots of you are doing. But for those of you that are tempted to try and maybe actually increase your stock of the aqua pens, then this is the ideal opportunity to go for the one-day special, because you've got 4 packs of 6. They're normally £12.99 a pack. So just over £2 each. They are now £4.99 a pack if you go for the one-day special, and you're going to get 12 brand new colours. I can show you the swatches of the colours that you're actually getting. Here they are. So you've got meadow, forest, sea green, lake blue, sandstone and bark in the landscape. You've got flame red, you've got sunshine, apple green, or sorry, alpine green, azure blue, Prussian blue and hot pink in the brights. You've got the botanicals, which is that lovely yellow, the fern, verdant green, rose red, fuchsia and tulip. And then you also get the earth, which is the sage, bramble, tawny, clay, peat and flint. All of those you're getting basically for £4.99. So basically £20 as opposed to, well, they would normally be £12.99 a set. So that would be £48, wouldn't it? Or £51.96 it would be in total. So a great way of saving money on the aquas, but also getting these fantastic verses as well, which you'll use again and again, with, of course, the saving included on those as well. £13 off, plus you get the pens for just £4.99 a set. That means today you pay $34.89 delivered if you're a Freedom member, and then $34.89 in 4 weeks' time, OK? So if you want to go for this bumper bundle today, it'll give you verses that will make you think, verses that people who want to buy your cards will also love as well, because it's all about positivity. And there's no one, I don't think I couldn't send any of these verses to, anyone who received these would make, anyone would look at it and go, do you know what, that's really nice, that's really thoughtful, I'm really glad you sent that to me. A third of the one-day special has gone. Third gone. If you want them, grab them. Here's what we've made already using the stamps and, of course, the pens. Forgive me if you've just seen some of these cards in that little clip, but I just want to show you some of these finished cards. There you've got a shaker card, Go Where Your Dreams Take You, putting some little kind of silver and gold stars in that aperture. That's lovely. Leave a little sparkle wherever you go. I love this one. When you count your blessings, I count on you twice. Or when I count my blessings, I count on you twice. Feathers appear where angels are near. That's all you need, isn't it? Just a few feathers, black background. That does everything you need it to do.
Yes.
Absolutely love it.
And that's a lovely one for I'm thinking of you, or for those difficult occasions where you just want to send someone you love.
And this is such a lovely verse that you wouldn't expect to see on cards that you buy in a shop. If plan A didn't work, the alphabet has 25 more letters. Stay cool. You would not find that on a card in a store. So you're personalising it with images and verses that mean something to you. Plus, just to let you know, if you search for Fiona's Facebook page, which is Fiona
Clayton Crafter's Companion.
Okay. Fiona's actually giving away these cards on her Facebook page through the day tomorrow.
Now, if you want to know how any of these were made and you missed the launch, go back and watch that, because these were the demonstrations we did in the launch. And we were going to do 3, but I've actually backed that other one that I did onto it, so we're going to do 4.
Excellent.
There you go.
OK, so search for Fiona Clayton on Crafter's Companion on Facebook, and you could be winning one of those cards at some point during the day tomorrow. OK,
what I'm trying to do is showing you a variety of different backgrounds, different techniques that you can use with your pens. I'm only using the pens from the one-day special. So that was the hot pink, of course it was. And I am going to use the Prussian blue and the azure blue. And what we're going to do is to do a salt background. I've actually got one which is dry, because the one thing with this salt background is you do need to do it wet. Now, they are fabulous.
Look at the intensity of the colour and the way it flows. It's effortless.
That's it. And you know, if you can scribble, you can do these. You really can. Do you know, I might even put...
I quite like it like that.
Yeah, that actually, do you know what? I think... Stop. Right. Look at this. Wow. Look at that colour start to run. And all I'm doing is spraying that. If anybody's wondering, this is just water. Just water. Look at those colours start to develop. Oh, absolutely. Crafter's Companion watercolour card. And then, now this one I'm going to do with rock salt. Rock salt is great because of the size of the crystals in it. Now look, what we're going to do, I will tomorrow show you this, because it will be all dry and lovely. That'll be enough. Right.
So the rock salt absorbs the ink?
It's going to absorb the ink, and it's going to suck up some of the colour. And what it's going to leave you with is like a real corally style of background. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop that on there and pop this at the back.
Right.
And then we can...
We'll reveal that in the morning show tomorrow.
We will. They are better left to dry.
I think it's you and me tomorrow morning at 9.
Oh, fantastic. Well, we can both have a look and see how it turned out. Now, actually, I've got one here. Right, I'm going to show you the one I did with big rock salt. So this one has still got the rock salt crystals on. Can you see?
It looks quite good left on like that, actually.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. You could leave that just like that. Or if you want us to just rub them away, so that you've got somewhere to stamp on, just use your fingers and rub it away. So you get, can you see these kind of coral formations? They're fantastic, especially here in the green. Look,
it looks like something through a microscope on a Petri dish or something like that, doesn't it?
Fabulous, aren't they? If you use a finer salt, so this one was done using just table salt, you get a finer... Oh, sorry. Just moved that straight out of shot, didn't I? Can you see you get a finer crystallisation on it? Still very, very pretty.
So if you haven't got the chunky salt, don't worry, you can still do it with the fine salt. It works the same way.
So what I'm going to do is, you know that pad I had with a bit of glycerin and colour on it?
Yep.
I'm just going to, if I can, just go round the edge, actually. Where's that Prussian blue? Other end, Fiona. It would take me a while scribbling with the fine tip end.
It would do. But it also has got the actual nib printed on the barrel, so you can see which is the fine and which is the chunky end. If you're thinking, I'll always take the wrong end off, you can always look on the barrel.
Yeah, I could have done, couldn't I, Dave? That would have been a good plan for me, wouldn't it? Hey. And I can't even pretend it's because I've got the wrong glasses on, because I double-checked. So, yeah. Hey-ho. Or you're going to take the end off and go dull and turn it round and take the right end off. But look, so we've got that. But even at that stage, you can still add extra texture. If we just splat this with a bit of water, what you can then do is give it a wee bit of a distress look. Oh, my tissue's a bit. Now look, see? That's still...
Because it's water. Water-based. Water reacts with it. So
yeah, absolutely. So you can still get a bit of water distressing going on there. Right. So I've got that. And that's it. So what we're going to do is we're going to stamp. Now this time I'm using Wake Up, Smile and Tell Yourself Today is My Day.
Right.
So that could be for somebody you just want to give a bit of encouragement to.
Yeah, when someone's going for a job interview or something like that. Or
that would be perfect, wouldn't it? Yeah, instead of, you could write good luck in the inside.
Or a driving test, Lottie.
Yeah, that would be really good.
When's yours? When's Lottie's? Oh, don't know the date yet. Okay.
Look how well that stamps out.
Well, we'll have to keep this. We'll have to keep this card for Lottie, our producer, then, when it's a good day for the driving test.
Is she not telling us?
No.
Is it
She's only halfway through the lessons yet, I think.
Secret. So then we're just going to go round and edge this with a bit of that purple which was left on that glycerin-y pad, just to give it a bit of a colour on there.
Could be anything. Someone going into a competition, an appraisal at work, anything like that.
Fantastic. Right. So I've just got a piece of card and... Now, I only gutted this because I was using the circle for something else. It doesn't have to have a circle in the middle of it. It's just I was being frugal. Makes a change for me. Here we go. So that is going to sit there, and all that is just framing my salt background. And this is what I love about them. They just work. They just work. I mean, the pens give you that fantastic frame. You can play with them. I mean, it's a perfect combination. Those and the sparkle pens are the perfect combination for backgrounds.
There's never been a better time to dip your toe in and try these Spectrum Aquas. You will adore them. I don't know a single person that uses them that doesn't rave about them constantly. They are just so user-friendly. And, you know, if a palette intimidates you, and a palette and a brush and an easel is like, ooh, many steps too far, this is the way to do it, because it is like you've got a paint palette, but in a pen form.
Yes.
And you know exactly the paint or the colour that's going to come out of it, because it's on the actual barrel of the pen, but they're blendable. You can make them lighter with water. You can blend them together if you want to, using your glass mat or your craft mat. It's just such an easy form to use.
So quick card, but it really doesn't need anything more, because that sentiment is the bit that you want to be the focal point.
Make the sentiment the star of the card.
Whoa. There's a glue. It's going. We'll pop it down.
OK, well, take a little look at the website, because there's lots of other things in the Chef and Crafter's Companion, of course, as well. Now, if you want to do a flexi order, obviously the main one-day special has got flexi on it anyway, which gives you an instant flexi order. But if you want to make up your own order, provided it comes to more than £60, you'll be given the option of splitting the cost of the order into two. So when you get to the bottom of the order, it says flexi order, question mark, do you want it? You just click yes if you do, and then it will take into account the postage and put that onto the first payment, and then split the actual cost of your order into two payments. So your payment today will be £45.34 in this instance, and then if you want Freedom membership, you can add that. It'll take off the cost of the P&P, but add the £6.97 for Freedom membership onto it, and then all your purchases for a whole 4 weeks after that will be free of postage. And of course then you get Freedom prices on quite a few of the items as well. OK, the one-day special is exciting, because you're getting not just the stamps today as the one-day special, but you're getting 24 Spectrum Aqua pens. What's the big deal about Spectrum Aqua? Well, they are water-based, and they are incredible quality inks that are inside those pens, as anyone that uses them will verify. That's why they get 5-star reviews all the time. And they're normally £12.99 for a pack of 6, which is great value, just over a couple of pounds per pen. Today, though, if you buy the one-day special with all these wonderful sentiment stamps, they work out to only £4.99 per pack. So your total saving is £32 if you go for the one-day special today, and it's on 2 flexes of £34.89. So you're only spending £34.89 today, delivered if you're a Freedom member, and then £34.99 or £34.89 in 4 weeks' time.
Brilliant.
And you get the whole lot, stamps and pens.
Yeah, and you know, that means you've got everything there ready to play with. And when you look at some of these sentiments, take a look at this. I love these. They just work so well. So things turn out best for people who make the best of the way things turn out. That is fabulous. This was the one that I used for inspiration. I love that. Love with your heart, believe with your mind, create with your soul. It's the words which make that wonderful. That could be a journal page.
And whoever did that has actually cut those tiles up after the stamp stamped it perfectly, so you can make it into, you know, multiple layers if you wanted to.
This was somebody called Jamie, who's new to our design team, and I mean, this is just fantastic. I love these.
And look at this craft card. If plan A didn't work out, the alphabet has 25 more letters. Stay cool. So that's quite an industrial, quite a manly and masculine card on that one.
Love this idea though as well. I mean, what a lovely sentiment instead of just congratulations on your wedding day, especially if it's relevant for the couple that you're sending it to.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a great one to do?
Maybe a couple met under unconventional circumstances.
Fantastic?
Perfect. And this one, look at this. There you've got your craft card. True friends are never apart, maybe in distance, but never in heart. I hadn't seen that, but that's on the sentiments as well today that you're getting in these fantastic polymer stamps. I love the fonts as well.
They really are. You've got such a variety here. And I think this is why they're going to work with all the different stamps you've got in your collection. It's why they're going to work on mixed media. And it's why they're going to work in your journaling as well. They're fantastic. They really are great fun.
Oh, look at this one. Stay humble, work hard, be kind. We all know people like that, don't we?
Really do. Now look at that one. This is great. And again, this one is just using an embossing folder with a little castle in the air. Because we all build our castles in the clouds, don't we? But why not?
And this one, vellum. Look at this. White embossing powder on vellum. Isn't that just gorgeous? Really dreamy,
Stunning.
very, very romantic. Stay humble. I've just showed you that one. That's a different way of using it. I do like this one too. Look at that.
Great,
Be your own
isn't it?
kind of beautiful. That's brilliant.
I love it. Isn't
Happy
it
Halloween.
Great? It's really great. And then this one I just think is great. So there you've got one of Sheena's stamps, I believe that is, that little mouse. Tell me if I've got that wrong, somebody. But what about that for Dare to Dream? A mouse that thinks it can fly.
And also, finally, just to show you, obviously the actual stencils have sold out that we showed you, but that's the barbed wire stencil in the background, using just some distress inks there and some
Great,
cogs as
isn't
well.
it?
Love with your heart, believe with your mind, create with your soul. One day special proving very, very popular, very busy tonight. It's going to be here all day tomorrow or until stock sells out, 9 a.m, 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock tomorrow. But we do have some other things to tempt you in the show as well, not just the aquas. We've also got a fantastic collection of Spectrum Noir sparkle pens, which you, if you've not used these before, you'll need to add them into your order. They are absolutely brilliant. £74.97 should be the price, £15 saving, £59.97 for all 18, so 3 packs of 6.
Yeah, and I mean, they're great, aren't they? Look at the colours you're getting here. So these are your water-based pens, so they will work with your aquas. You can mix and match between the two, but these ones have got bling in them. This is microfine glitter, so you're getting your floral garden, and you're getting, look at this set, Coastal Cottage. Love that set, love these colours here. They're just right up my street. And then, oh, upside down and backwards, there you go. That is your nature trail. They're just gorgeous, and they just add that extra bit of pizzazz to what you're doing.
I still can't quite get my head around the fact that there's just such an even display of sparkle and there's no grittiness at all. It's completely smooth, but it's loaded with shimmer, almost like a million fireflies, I always think.
I mean, we did make a card, and I've just grabbed it, the one we made earlier. This was with the sparkle pen, so if I angle that, look at that. Isn't that fabulous? I mean, it just makes the whole of the background gleam, doesn't it? Gorgeous.
Now, with the
Lovely.
saving, this works out to only £19.99 a pack. They're normally £24.99 a pack, so nearly £75 worth here today. And you can get them on Flexi as well. 2 Flexis of £29.99. And that's all you pay today, and then £29.99 in 4 weeks' time. Now, we've also got our magazine available as well. Now, this is Crafters Inspiration. You get 2 magazines in this particular offer.
Yeah.
So that would be £100
Latest
worth
one,
of extra bonus
the
goodies.
latest one, issue 20, has been out, a whole 2 weeks.
Wow.
So if you haven't got issue 20, or maybe you're new to it, maybe you haven't started yet, look at what you're getting. You're not only getting this fantastic magazine, which has got your 66 projects in, handwritten by Sheena, myself, wonderful people. You've also got that guide. Now, that gift guide in there has got Sarah's cranberry gin in it. It's got my mum's fudge recipe in there. It's gifts that you make and give. It's fantastic. You've also getting in there, you're getting the dies to make a little Christmas tree. You're getting an Imagination Crafts stencil, which is fantastic. You're getting stamps as well. But look at this. You also get, you've got well over 1,000 papers and cards in here.
Wow.
And then you've also got now, look, if you like mixed media, Sheena over 60 minutes mixed media. So that's just one magazine. That is normally 99. This magazine kit is normally £9.99 with everything which comes with it. But you're getting 2.
You are. And actually £100 worth of content is included with those 2 magazines. Plus you're getting in excess of 148 projects. 80 in one, 68 in the other, for £19.98. And this really is Crafters Companion's way of saying, we want you to try our products and our goods, and hopefully you'll love them and you'll come back and you'll buy more. This is their advertising budget. If you're wondering, if you're sceptical, thinking, how on earth can you get this for, like, you know, £15.98 if you're a Freedom member and get £100 worth of content? That's why they do it, so that you hopefully love what you use and you come back for more. £15.98 for Freedom members, the whole lot. It makes 2 fantastic gifts or 1 amazing bumper gift for someone, whether it's Christmas or whether it's just for no reason at all, just a gift for a loved one. Lots of projects in there, lots of ideas. Okay, now we've also got lots of events to look forward to happening very, very soon. The first event that we're going to be going to is Glasgow. I'm going to be there on the Thursday and the Friday, 25th and 26th. Yanis is going to be there the Saturday and the Sunday, 27th and 28th. We'd love to see you. We're going to have our stand there, the tombola there. We're not going to be broadcasting live from there, but we will be there with our gang, and you'll meet lots of your favourite crafting guests as well. We've got a 2-for-1 offer going on at the moment if you'd like to buy tickets in advance. And if you're a Freedom member, you also get a discount on your ticket as well. So for 2 adults, it's £9.90 if you're a Freedom member, and you can get your tickets now at hochanda.com/ICHF Glasgow, and that's at the SEC in Glasgow. Looking forward to that. And then we're also going to be just after that in Birmingham at the NEC. That's from the 1st to the 4th of November. Lots of us are going to be there for that as well. I'm going to be there for 3 days. We'd love to see you. We will be broadcasting live from the NEC to our shows. 4 shows a day, I believe, for each of those days. And again, 2-for-1 tickets and discount on Freedom. £12.60 for 2 adults to get entry, and that's again on the website if you'd like to order it, or the operator can help you out, but it's hochanda.com/ICHF Birmingham, and you'll be able to buy your tickets in advance. You go straight through the door, you don't have to queue up obviously, and also you save on your entry, which is good, and it makes a fantastic day or even maybe a weekend out as well.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
More one day special action.
Flame red and bark. They're the only 2 I'm going to use on this one.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is just to create a really simple, a really, really simple pattern. So I just want some colour going on down there. And then I want some of this brown going on in there and in there. So again, direct to paper with this, and then what we're going to do is to go on the other end and just do some petals. So here we go.
Wow.
So that looks all right.
I like it, yeah.
That looks quite fun, but I mean that's just scribbling. But watch, because look at this. Doesn't that look good?
Yeah. I can imagine a feature wall done out of that, wallpaper or something like that.
You see, I like that. That works for me as a kind of poppy-esque idea.
I like it.
Really nice, simple, easy to do. And then, of course, when you've got it to the bit that you want it, just get in and dry it. Now, I have got one which is already dried.
See, if you said to me that was actually done with watercolour pens, I wouldn't believe you.
Yeah, I mean, they're so easy
it's
to
like
play
modern
with.
art, isn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, that's just a couple of scribbles. That's all it needs to be. But if you don't want to do poppies, change the colours and do a different colour.
No,
so
I like that a lot.
I'm going to pop that over there, and I'm going to bring in the one that I did.
And those 2 colours are in the one day special, yeah?
They are.
Yeah,
they
good.
are. So this is the one that I did earlier.
I mean, that as a notelet is superb. You could write a lovely personal note to someone on that.
Yeah, and if you want to just go over, if you actually decide, once you've got it at that stage, you want to reinforce your lines, just there, you absolutely can. Just to give it a little more depth. So we're going to take one of the stamps, and I have chosen this one. Now, this one is this one that you've got there. So you've got to dance like no one's watching, love like you've never been hurt, sing like there's nobody listening, and live like it's heaven on earth. Now, Sing like you've never been hurt. Depends on who you're talking to. If we're talking about me and my singing, my husband hears it. He feels he's been very hurt. He feels he's very, very hurt when I start
And then when he
singing.
complains, your pride gets hurt.
No, I know that I'm tone deaf. But,
Okay.
you know, in my head it sounds perfect. It really does. So, I'm stamping with, this is our waterproof ink. This is a Finesse waterproof black ink. But for a nice little card maybe that you wanted to send to someone.
Now, the Finesse inks you'll find on the website, we've got the waterproof in stock, I believe, at the moment. So obviously when you're working with watercolour inks, it's a good idea to stamp with a waterproof ink so it doesn't run with the watercolours.
So
Look at that. Look how crisp that is.
At that. I think that is fab.
That in a small frame, you could probably get £9.99 for that if you were selling it.
And how easy was it to do?
Yeah.
How easy was it to do?
And the fact that that
Lovely.
is not that's not like an image that's been, you know, printed or anything like that. It's actually your own artwork that you've done with a couple of watercolour pens.
Yes, just 2 of them. It's fab, isn't it?
Yeah.
Love that. I love the idea of playing with that, do you know, and it's such a simple one that I enjoy showing it because even if you've never used these pens or pencils before, you can do that.
Do you see why Spectrum Aqua is my choice, my mother's choice? Everyone I know that has Spectrum Aquas raves about them because you can do things like that. Even if you have never picked up a brush in your life, just spritz it with a little bottle. That's all Fiona did, and it just reacts to the water and gives you that effect. So, very good.
Really fun, isn't it? Right, OK, we're going to move to the sparkles because I can, because I've waited for this long and now we're going to play with the sparkles.
This is like a treat when you get the sparkle pens out, isn't it?
Absolutely. So we're going to use the pink, we're going to use that fabulous green, and we're going to use the blue.
And these are water-based as well, so they're just as versatile as the Spectrum Aquas.
And what I want to do is now the difference between a sparkle pen or an aqua tint pen and an aqua pen, I might as well answer this question despite the fact nobody's asked it, but I will answer it anyway. This is a hard body. You could squeeze that till the cows come home and nothing would happen. Aqua tints and sparkle pens come in a soft body pen, which means if you want to, as I do, squeeze some of the ink out, you can squeeze the barrel and some of the ink comes out, so you can use it like a sparkly paint. Look at this. So, I mean, just remember, a little goes a long way, and I've probably put out way too much here. But do you know what? Hey, it's late at night. We'll just pretend the bosses aren't watching. It's fine, it's fine.
Now, I've got the bundle here where you're going to get all 18 of these, normally $24.99 each for 6. The bundle works out to just $19.99, so you're getting basically a fifth off the price, and it's on Flexi as well. So $29.99 today and $29.99 in 4 weeks' time if you'd like them, and you get all these wonderful colours. And you do have to prime each one, don't you? Which is dead simple to do.
I'll tell you what, if we get a chance, maybe 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll they are super easy to do. But look at this, look how well they're going on.
Wow.
Oh, wonderful, 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 wonderful.
If you're thinking,
Love
I can't see any sparkle, you will do.
Yeah, you absolutely will do. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to wipe that up because you know what will happen. I will put something in there without a shadow of a doubt. Probably my elbow. Now, I want to just, before I dry it, I want to just look at this. Can you see how that colour is reacting? Isn't that pretty?
That's just
now
water.
I'll dry it. Yeah, I'm not even going to worry about damping that off. We're just going to leave that and then just dry it, and I'll show you the sparkle.
Now, as this dries, you'll see the sparkle kind of intensify. And even though it's been watered down and diluted, in effect, it's still going to have an amazing sparkle background to it.
It really is. I mean, how simple are these backgrounds just to stamp a phrase or sentiment on? So easy, so easy to do. And this is the thing, even if you have just your hands and a piece of paper to hand, you can make a fabulous card. Look at that.
Perfect.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Isn't that great? I mean, it just works, doesn't it? This is the thing. It just works. And it's going to dry over the other side. Do you know, I've got the stencil somewhere. Did I leave it? Maybe not. I have the stencil, which I probably put somewhere safe. That's okay. We'll ignore that. I did have the stencil from the magazine, but I put it somewhere safe. So we'll not fret. We'll not fret. Because I was going to use that.
Which one is it?
It's It's a little stencil. I'll tell you what, Dave, why don't you nick me the one from the pack shop, which is in the front, and I'll replace it tomorrow when I found mine. It's that little stuff. That's it.
There you go.
Because I changed my mind about what I was going to do.
Now, can I just show everybody, again, if you're looking at the screen at the moment, you're probably thinking, I can't see any glitter from the sparkle pens. Look.
Isn't that fab?
Now you can.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And that was watered down and diluted, but it's still got that wonderful shimmer from the top to the bottom. And no break, no gaps or anything like that, and completely flexible too.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely great. Right, I've just grabbed my Harmony ink pad because I know we're coming towards the end. Am I doing okay for
about 12
time?
minutes, yeah.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Loads of time.
That's fine. I suspect I haven't put the right one in there. Oh, no, plum pudding. No, that is right. It's just me. I've obviously got something on this ink pad, but that's fine. So...
Now, this stencil is one of the fantastic items that come in the content that's worth £100. So you're going to get this stencil if you go for issue 19 and 20. If you're a Freedom member, you're going to get both magazines and £100 worth of content for £15.98. Wow, that's a delivered price as well.
Aren't they great?
Crazy.
So all I'm going to do is just pop this down and then just use my ink pads just to add some interest to the background. I mean, it could be anything. This could be a die cap. In fact, this could be, I'm just going to, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I've got something else. I've just remembered something that I put out. So, if I get you to show them that, Dave, and I'm just going to go and have a ferret.
Look how effective that is. It doesn't even look like a stencil, that, actually. Beautiful. But look again at the sparkle pens. That's just water that's been sprinkled on there, which gives you that like crystallised effect. And a little bit of what was the ink that you used on the edge?
That was plum pudding.
Plum pudding.
That's
Harmony. Sorry,
that
Harmony.
one.
Beautiful. So over distressing. Stunning.
Really good, aren't they? Really lovely. Now look. You don't win a prize if you can't remember what it was, but this was from Sheena's launch.
Right.
This was one of the butterflies that I cut out, but it left me with this waste. So this
Which
could
makes a great
be,
stencil.
This would make a fabulous stencil. So what we're going to do is just ink very quickly through here. And again, this time I'm using, which one did I grab? Midnight, which is from the Dreamy Blues. It's a set of 3 that you'll see on there, which is gorgeous. So I'm just going to...
Genius to use the waste as a stencil. Why not?
There's always something you can use. There's always something you can use hanging around. It could just be a bit of sponge that you've torn holes into. But look at that. I've just got some little very faint butterflies flying. So now we're going to add our sentiment. And I thought, because I know you like it, Dave, we'll use this one.
Yep.
When I count my blessings, I count you twice. So... simplicity themselves, because they're acrylic, they're really easy to use.
I love working here at Hochanda, because I mean, stood next to Fiona as I was. She had that light bulb moment. She remembered that little offcut that she had from one of the Sheena shows. I thought, it's going to be perfect. Yeah. So,
and then we're going to stamp that in there, and just to make sure it stands out, I am going to stamp it in black. But you could be heat embossing this. You could have heat embossed it in white and then stenciled over it, as we did for the Dare to Dream earlier today. So there we go, good amount of ink. And it does mean if I decide I want to do anything with this, because I've done this in a waterproof ink, I still can. So there we go. That, look at that, doesn't that work?
It does.
Doesn't that work? And I'll tell you what, we'll just frame it on something very simple, which is our producer's favourite, underrated brown craft card.
I'll tell you what though, it's the sort of verses, all of these verses, the sort of verses that the person that receives the card will probably get a little bit emotional about it.
Yeah, and why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Because if maybe you don't say what you think as often as you like, but a verse can say a million different things, can't it? When I count my blessings, I count you twice. You wouldn't say that in everyday speak, but to have a card that says it makes you realise that you really are thought a lot of.
But do you know what? It's also those things that sometimes we forget to say because we don't have the opportunity, and then when we do remember to say them, maybe it's a little too late. But what about sending them something just to say, yeah, you're all right?
Yeah, you'll do.
I like that.
Yeah, I
think
do
that
too.
works well.
Okay, well, we're going to show that little clip that we put together, some more inspiration for you, because it's all about the verses, and there are 18 different verses, remember, and it's also about the Spectrum Aquas, which are coming today in the one-day special. So it's a great combination, great way to save a lot, but also get an awful lot out of your brand new one-day special. So there we are, some of those finished cards that look fantastic. The best view comes after the hardest climb. That's another verse from our one-day special today. Remember, it's on 2 flexes of $34.89. You get 18 really thought-provoking sentiments that are going to make you smile, going to make you feel very positive, even if you don't feel it. Plus, you're going to get 24 of these fantastic pens, the Spectrum Aqua pens that everybody raves about and loves. You can paint with them, you can blend with them. They're odour-free because they're obviously water-based, and they should be $12.99 for a set of 6. Today, by going for the one-day special, you're getting them for $4.99 a pack. Now, that's my favourite thing you've done. I love that. I really do love that card. It's gorgeous.
But, I mean, how quick and simple was it? Now, that was a 5-minute make?
Yeah.
That's it. And this is the thing, when you put that combination together, when you're doing your art journaling, maybe you're doing your art dictionaries, they're great ones to have because they're a nice big size and they're going to make a statement on your card.
And look at this, true friends are never apart, maybe in distance, but never are in the heart, never in heart. There we are, look, there's your 2 flamingos kind of intertwined together with a wonderful verse that fits that image. Here we've got Dare to Dream.
Now, again, I mean, I'm trying to grab some which have got all sorts of different artwork. Now, this is one of the stamps by our Stacey Barris, but doesn't that work well? I mean, it is out and outly, outrageously blingy, but look, that sentiment holds its own. It's fantastic.
And this, again, is one of those verses that makes you really think. It kind of makes you go, oh, yeah. It says, things turn out best for the people who make the best out of the way things turn out.
I love that.
Yeah, I do.
I love that. I just think it's so good. But again, look at this one. Wouldn't that be a great one if you've got somebody coming up to exams, or maybe they're starting a new school, maybe a new career? Believe in yourself and you will be unstoppable.
Do you know someone that fits this? Leave a little sparkle wherever you go. I know a few people that do that.
whether deliberately or whether there's actually a physical trail of sparkle.
Well, I think if you're a presenter at Hochanda, you physically leave a trail of sparkle wherever you go. True friends are never apart, maybe in distance, but never in heart. That's another one that I just read out a few minutes ago. It's beautiful. And you can be quite whimsical with them as well.
Yeah.
Be your own kind of beautiful.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. I mean, it just works well. And of course, if anybody's wondering, that's Sheena's skeleton. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Like this one too. Look at that. Go where your dreams take you. That might be a lovely one for something like a christening or a baptism, that kind of thing. Wouldn't that be nice?
And there we go. You've got to dance like there's nobody watching, love like you've never been hurt, sing like nobody listens, and live
like there's
heaven on earth. And that was actually a quote and a verse.
Yeah. I mean, they're great, aren't they? And again, this is me. If plan A doesn't work, keep going. There's another 25 letters of the alphabet. I love that. So true.
This one's lovely too. Feathers appear where angels are near. Isn't that lovely? So today is the one-day special, remember, which gives you not only fantastic stamps, you can buy the stamps on their own if you want to go for them on their own. That's entirely up to you. That's down the bottom of the screen, $49.82. That saves you £13. So that's if you just want the stamps, way to go. That saving, though, if you go for the one-day special, is carried over onto the one-day special, where you're also going to be saving £32 in total on the pens. So the pens are only going to be costing you $4.99 a pack, if you want to think of it in that way. It is on 2 flexis as well. So by spending $34.89 today, you're actually spending about £15 less than what if you just buy the one-day special stamps on their own outright. OK, it's on 2 flexi buys, but you spend £15 less, and you can spend $34.89 again in 4 weeks' time and have all of it. The pens and the stamps delivered straight away. 397,958. Over 1/3 of the entire stock has gone on the one-day special. All of these colours in the background, the Spectrum Aquas, obviously. And if you don't believe me, if you normally aren't really a colourist, think of them as basically palettes in pens that you can then squiggle on your craft mat, use a brush to pick them up, so you can dilute them, blend them, all sorts of things with them as well. And they work beautifully well with the sparkle pens too, so if you're going for those.
They really do. I mean, just look at that. So I was very naughty and I sneaked in the ones which we're going to do as a giveaway. So go to my Facebook page and leave me a comment and like it, and we'll give away all 4 of those. But this was the one which inspired me, and this is another one of Jamie's, and I just love it. He's used those sentiments with other people's stamps to create that incredible background.
And also, of course, why not stamp things like candles? You don't just have to stamp things that are flat and card-like. There's live, love, laugh, live life your way on a pillar candle, which I think looks absolutely lovely too.
Really, I mean, they are ones that you would send, or you'd search around to try and find. I mean, this is another one which I think is just lovely, just lovely. There's true friends are never apart, maybe in distance, but never in heart.
Well, I don't know
so
who's
good.
written all of these. I know some of them are actual quotes, but a lot of them have been obviously written by individuals, and I think they're fantastic. They are quotes that you wouldn't normally expect to find on shop-bought cards. So that's what's going to make your card stand out. They're going to be much more unique. And everyone, when they see your cards, will probably think, I know someone that's going to be perfect for. I know someone who each of these verses will be absolutely perfect for. One person in particular is probably perfect for all of them. But there are lots of other individuals that you know in your life, that you work with, that you're near, friends, family, that sort of thing. You think, that's perfect for them. $34.89, or maybe why not offer people the chance of picking their own verse?
Yes.
If you've got like an album full of these stamps, you say to someone, OK, I'll make the card that you've asked me to make. What verse out of these would you like? What fits the person?
Perfect, and so easy to achieve.
We're back tomorrow morning.
We are indeed.
At 9 o'clock. So I will see you then with Fiona. I'll see you also for Craft Price Drop bright and early at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Janice and myself are doing a double header tomorrow, so we'll be together right the way through the day. So join us if you can. And if you want to check out the website to see more about the one-day special, please do. It's hochanda.com. This is what's coming up later on. So tonight, some of our most popular shows repeated. We've got Tonic Crafting Essentials coming up next at 9, followed by the One Day Special, of course, at 10, and Artemology by Jane Davenport. That's the Weekend Wow with Leonie, a bit later at 11. Hochanda are yet again attending the Creative Craft Show at the NEC, commencing on the 1st until the 4th of November. You'll find us in Hall 20. Just look out for the bright pink stand. Come and meet your favourite Hochanda presenters in person and watch our live shows from our very own Hochanda Pavilion, where we'll be broadcasting live 4 hours a day. Take part in the famous Hochanda Tombola. Watch and participate in live demonstrations and meet your favourite guest experts. All of your favourite crafting brands will be there, including Clarity Stamp, Lavinia Stamps, Craft Buddy, Dawn Bibby, Powertex, Hobby Art Stamps, Tonatex, Honeydew Crafts, and many more. To order your 2-for-1 ticket offer or to view additional ticket options, visit www.hochanda.com/ICHF Birmingham today. Freedom members will also qualify for an additional 10% off. We look forward to seeing you there.
Hello, I'm Phil Martin. I'm a member of the Creative Expressions team. Sentimentally Yours is my brand of photopolymer and rubber stamps, and I also have my paper pads and Cosmic Shiver products that coordinate perfectly. I'm really looking forward to seeing you all on Hochanda, so please join me for my show where I can share some of my hints and tips with you.
Hello, I'm Pat.
And I'm Wendy.
And together we're Pastimes Quilling. I've been quilling for about 40 years actually. Wendy, not quite that long.
The products we actually sell are a range of kits, books, tools and accessories for the craft of quilling. Probably the most popular thing are the actual quilling papers, but we're constantly adding to it. We bring out new papers in different widths, we do new kits, new designs right through the year.
Quilling is a lovely craft because you can either do it as an individual or you can get together with your friends and do it as a group project. And we have lots and lots of ideas and we can't wait to share them with you, and we look forward to seeing you in the future.
So make sure you don't miss the Pastimes Quilling shows
on Hochanda.
Good morning. Hello. I hope you're having a nice weekend. Welcome to Hochanda. Look who's here.
Hello.
Morning.
Hello.
You all right?
I'm all right, and you?
Yeah, good. I'm good. It's good to see you because we did this show a little while ago.
Yes, we did.
And it was so popular. Everybody loved it because this is like it's not a normal tonic show, is it?
No,
really?
it's not. It's a bit of the, the really kind of essentials, good, the good of, the really essentials from the last kind of, I don't know, say a month or so release. So you have a chance to, see everything, how it works.
We have got some dyes, but we've also got like Nouveau drops, we've got some glitter and some confetti. So little embellishments coming up as well. But I must admit, something close to my heart is I love this jigsaw die.
It is brilliant.
Great because you can do so much with it. You can send someone a jigsaw card that they can put together. I mean, like this, for example, this little box you can see here is full of jigsaw pieces that make the image that's on the front of the box. You can make your own mini jigsaws. You're weird. Yeah. I like you. And inside are the pieces that you can make that picture with.
Oh, yeah. And imagine that to do that with a place that you have been. Like, what about somebody for a wedding anniversary? So every little box is a different place that you have been different years. What about a wedding picture? But the most important thing that, the board that you had is important because this is a media die.
Yeah.
Now, if you have got any tonic dies, you know the quality. But this one is slightly thicker die. So, and you can see the color is different from our standard tonic dies. And that's to make sure that you know that this is a kind of the depth of the blade, or actually it's not really a blade, but you know what I mean, the cut is a little bit thicker, so therefore it can cut thicker materials. And what you have got in your hands shows you the board, all over them in here. Well, some of them obviously.
We've got leather, faux leather, we've got material, acetate, we've got shrink plastic, foam, felt.
Felt, and this is like really thick felt, and I'll show you how. This is natural thick felt. Sponges, balsa wood, foam core, which is a really thick, but like it has got a soft center. There's 600 GSM book board or chipboard. Then we have got magnetic sheets as well, cotton. These dies will allow you to cut those thicker materials, or kind of more. Those materials that you couldn't cut with traditional dies, because then you can do a home decor project.
Now, what Tonic have done is, because this is a media die, they've given you the metal cutting shim as well. Now, the reason that they've done that is because when you're cutting things like fabric, for example, you want to have the cleanest cut possible without any fraying.
Exactly.
And that's what the metal shim actually does. It gives you that strength and rigidity, so that goes on the top, or that goes on the top of that die. And that's included. That normally is $6.99. You're saving $8.50 by buying it today, so that's actually paid for. The shim is paid for. £31.48 gets you the jigsaw die and, of course, the shim as well. They'll work through all machines, but you may have to change your plate formation.
So basically what we recommend, obviously it has instructions of how to use it on the tangerine. The best safer bet, if you don't have a tangerine, just use the combination that you would use for, when you're embossing with a rubber mat. So whatever, like on a stencil, something like that, you take the rubber mat off, and then you use the metal shim, and then the paper or material, and then your die on top. And I'll show you exactly what I mean.
Shall we do that now?
Yeah, shall we
Let's
do it?
now. Let's show you how this puzzle die works. This was one of the stars of the show a week or so ago. And we, think about what you can make into a puzzle. It could be a photograph of you and your partner. It could be your pets. It could be really anything that you want. It could be an invitation. Or just a greetings card to say happy birthday. Send the pieces in the envelope and then get the people to make the puzzle themselves at the end. I mean, it's not hard to do because they're big pieces, but it's a great thing. It really is. You can obviously cut fabric. You could have maybe jigsaw pieces on the back of a denim jacket.
Yeah, that was a very cool idea. There is one sample, I don't know where it went, oh, it's over there. But, you know, you can make it like into a lavender pouch behind the mat, yeah. And it's just a lot of different projects that you can do. You can do also die cut out of the shrink plastic and things, but see how the pieces they have just kind of the cut in there. It's just really...
Anything can now be a puzzle, in fabric, in wood, in leather, in cardstock, whatever you want to do with it.
Somebody said that would be really nice to have a box with like something like a puzzle and give it as a present, and that was especially for Callum here behind the cameras. And then you can say, and you can spell it with the "Will you marry me?" You know, for his girlfriend. You know, exactly. And, you know, that could be quite, you know, I think that could work. Just, we are trying to get them married.
I don't know
so it's like,
what's going on there? Anyway, as a coaster, look at that.
Yeah.
As a coaster, that is cool. But I asked you, do you remember I asked you last time we worked together, could you make these bigger and longer and wider?
Yes, and you can.
So you can make placemats
exactly,
and that sort of thing?
You can. And then if let's go and show it, that, you know, you can see that the size of the die. And then you can have, so basically instead of using the ones with the corners, you just use the ones in the center. So those 9 ones in the center, you can extend it as much as you want. And that is out of leather, and then just put it on to MDF or something like that. And then now you have got a heat resistant pen.
I mean, I don't know if you feel the same way, but if that was in a shop, I'd be instantly drawn to it. So if you're selling these at craft fairs, imagine people will want these. People love jigsaws. As a theme. I did, when I was designing jewellery years ago, I actually made a jigsaw necklace, so that the idea was that you could actually buy different pieces for different members of the family, and then when you all got together, all the pieces made a circle, like a family circle.
Oh, that's lovely. That's really nice. Anyway, so we are going to show you, so for the tangerine, as I said, you know, you need the combination for the embossing mat with the rubber. The rubber, you take it out, and you have got the top plate and the green plate. So if you have got any other machine, you will, what I recommend to do, and you are cutting, so the ridge of the die is facing down into the material. So I have got bookboard or chipboard that is 600 GSM, then into the metal plate. And the metal plate, as you were explaining, I kind of like to put low tight. It kind of gives you a better cut because it's the metal against the metal. It will give you a sharper cut, but also it prevents from the die to embed itself into the plates. Remember, it is a harder, it is you know, deeper die. So
it takes a little bit more effort to get through, unless you've got the Gemini. Or...
Yeah, but also because I'm die cutting 600 GSM, but you can see how it has cut.
Perfect.
And then look at, you know, and then look at all the pieces of the puzzle in here. Now I have got just bookboard, but this is like so satisfying to do this. And then you can obviously, you could have painted up before it, you can stamp on it and then you create it into a puzzle. You have got all these pieces. You could then also, or I'll show you later if I can, but you know, put the paper before you die cut it. Now we have got here leather, so we are going to die cut leather. So I'm not going to, you know, just because I wanted to show you how it cuts, so I'm not going to use the whole leather. Now this is natural, like real leather. I know Leonie will be upset, but, you know, sorry. But, you know, you can use faux leather as well. Now there is one type of leather that I know of, that you know, that really thick leather that is kind of for shoes and on old-fashioned handbags and things like that.
Right.
That wouldn't go through it because I know that even the scissors would struggle through it because it's just a really, really tough one. But, you know, most faux leathers will die cut beautifully. There you have, look.
Oh, look at
like,
this.
Like, you know, look. So easy and so, you know, perfect. And the thing is that we could create a puzzle in which every piece is out of a different material.
Yeah.
You know, and then you could say, you know, it's just, well, I don't know what you could say, but, you know, you can always think of something. See? Like
there are no rules.
Look at that.
Perfect match.
It's perfect match because that's what die cutting gives you. It gives you that precision cut every time, that perfection.
Drop us an email if you're buying the die today, and I know lots of you have already bought it in the last 10 minutes or so. Email in and tell us what you're going to be making your first jigsaw out of. Is it going to be fabric? Is it going to be photographs? Are you thinking about maybe you've got a special announcement, or like Paola was saying, do you want to ask someone to marry them? Why not print off on your computer, will you marry me, put it through the die, so it's a jigsaw puzzle, and then basically put the jigsaw pieces together, get them to do it, and then suddenly it says that announcement in front of them. You can do all sorts with dies like this. It's great fun.
It's a real fun, yeah. And remember, you can print it off beforehand and then die cut it and have it perfectly. So this is a corrugated card in white, but you can see how is this perfect. And again, just take one piece of this one and it will match perfectly. And
like Paola said, you can make them as big as you want. If you use the main 9 squares or the main 9 pieces in the jigsaw die, you can then make them into placemats. If you want coasters, you can make them smaller, make them longer, make them taller. It's entirely up to you.
Now, the other thing you can cut as well is shrink plastic. Now, you could, what I would recommend is shrink plastic is do your stamping before it, your inking, all these techniques, and then separate the pieces and then heat them up. Okay, you don't want to do the whole thing, heat it up and shrink it, because then they will kind of shrink in a weird kind of sort of way.
Right.
But you know,
they'll fuse back together, won't they?
The problem is that they kind of wrinkle a little bit, so then it's kind of hard to flatten it out. So it's better to do every piece at once.
So we've done shrink plastic, corrugated board, grey board, leather.
Leather. Now we are going to do felt, and this one is not. I mean, let me show you what, you know, like we often said felt. Well, the felt usually is that thick. Now I have got here this one. You can see it's like about 4 millimeters. This is natural felt. This is like wood felt. It's really proper.
Think about having a jigsaw cushion. Having a cushion front, maybe calico on the back or something, or cotton on the back, but have the whole front in multicoloured jigsaw pieces. That would look really funky.
Yeah. Oh, and I was just, I don't know, I was getting a little bit cheesy in my head, but it was kind of, would have been nice to have something like that, or in a, you know, like a home decor, and then, so one piece is missing, and then just kind of, you complete me, or you are my missing piece, or something like that.
Yeah. That's lovely.
And it's like, there's so many nice projects, isn't there, that you can do with a jigsaw. It's just, but look at that, the fact that you have got a die. Yeah,
you could put maybe fridge magnets on the fridge with letters or numbers. You could also do maybe some wall art using them as well. Spell out someone's name or whatever it might be.
So we have done now. We have got. Let's do this one. So which one it would be? This one.
Make a jigsaw photo frame out of them.
Yeah,
it would be. Put a picture in the centre.
But that piece doesn't work in there. There. Look at that. Look how you have got all the different pieces in there.
It all fits.
It all fits, and then I could just use another one of them as well. So you can, you know, just build it up. You know.
We are busy. We're busy for this. It's always a firm favourite whenever we have it